Greenville, Texas. Hi, I'm Vicki. I am so excited that it's dessert week. Okay, I'm a little bummed out. It's the last week of the competition, but I'm really excited that it's dessert week. I enjoy cooking. I haven't always liked to cook as a little kid, but as an adult, I have really gotten into cooking. And I love baking and making desserts. So I was trying to think about what I was going to share with you, and I wanted to think of something a little different that someone else might not already be doing. So for lack of a better name, we're going to call these cinnamon twists that I'm going to make for you today. We're going to start with bread, and we're going to put this cream cheese mixture on it. It's got sugar, vanilla, and eggs in it. And I don't always use fruit in it, but occasionally I do, because my husband, my better half, aka the cameraman, likes fruit. And I intended to use peaches today, but my peaches are gone, and I guess you ate them, didn't you? Tell the truth. You did, didn't you? I thought so. So we're going to use pears. I'm going to finish cutting up these pears, and then we're just going to put a little sugar and butter and a little bit of cinnamon on them, get some juices going with them, and then we're going to come back and get the bread process started. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we've got about a tablespoon of melted butter, and we're just going to add our pears. Get all of them going in here. Turn that down a little bit. And we're going to add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon. That's just about 1/8 cup of sugar. About 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And we're just going to let this simmer and cook down a little bit. We've got our pears on the stove. They're just simmering, soaking up that cinnamon goodness. And now I'm going to show you what we do with the bread. So I take several pieces at a time just for efficiency. And we're going to cut the crust off. Don't cut any more bread than you need to. You just want to get the crust off. There you go. And then we're going to take each piece and we're just going to, I need a bigger rolling pin. We're just going to roll it out a little bit. Just flatten it out and makes it a tad bit bigger. And then set it aside and do the next one. And we're just going to keep repeating this process. So we've got our pears sitting over here just chilling out for a little bit, and we finished rolling out our bread. This is what it's going to look like. It's really thin. I have 12 of these. In a little bit we're going to cut them in half, so we'll actually have 24 little mini cinnamon twists. And now it's time to make our filling. We're going to use 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. Yum. We're going to use about 1/3 cup of sugar and 1 egg. Be sure to check that bad boy before you put it in. Here we go. And then we just need about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to mix this all together, and then we're going to spread it on our bread like you were spreading jam on your morning toast. Here we go. And this is just going to take a minute to get this all mixed up. We have finished whipping our cream cheese mixture. Doesn't that look smooth and creamy and sweet? Ooh, it's going to be good. And we've got this pears that are sitting here soaking up the cinnamon and the butter. Going to be good, I'm telling you. So we are going to take our cream cheese mixture and we're going to spread it on each of our pieces of bread. And then we're going to come back and we're going to top it off with some of the pear mixture. This is going to be great. You know, I was telling you earlier how much I enjoy cooking. Well, my secret desire is to have a cafe, an old-timey, cafe, kind of like diners, drive-ins, and dives concept. Not really a dive, but an old-timey cafe. And I have this picture that I keep in my kitchen. Matter of fact, I wanted to share it with you. See if you can see that. That's my grandpa. And he had several different cafes. He actually had already retired by the time I came along, but I love that picture. And if you look close, okay, you can't tell it on the camera, but when I put my glasses on, I can. There's an old RC Cola calendar, and it says 1959. How cool is that? And there's also all these neat Tom's jars and Lance jars that are sitting on the counter. And my sister just found me the coolest Lance jar recently at an antique shop. I just love it. It reminds me of those days. So I'm just going to finish this process up, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Hi. So I'm going to show you what we're doing here. We're in the middle of a process. I put the pears on top of the cream cheese mixture, and then I'm just rolling them up like so. And I'm going to take a little bit of melted butter and put that on it. Got a little bit of pear sneaking out, but that's okay. And then we're going to take it and put it in this sugar and cinnamon mixture. Sorry. I've got about half a cup of sugar in here and maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon. Are you thinking cinnamon toast right now? Because that's kind of what it makes me think about. So we're just going to keep rolling these up, and then we're going to come back and slice them in half. So these are going to be little bite-sized treats. We've got the last one rolled, and I put them on my cookie sheet, same side down. Lightly grease my cookie sheet. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And you don't have to cut these, but I like to cut them in half so they're a little bit smaller. Then they're really kind of bite-sized, and it's just not quite as messy, especially when you've got little grandbabies that like to munch on them. And I can't remember if I told you earlier, but you know, since I'm only doing 12 pieces of bread, 24 of these, I only use about half of my cream cheese mixture. I'm going to save the rest and finish making another batch this weekend. I'm going to pop these in the oven and see you back here in a few minutes for sampling. So our cinnamon twists are done. We bake them for 15 minutes. Just to take them straight off the cookie sheet. And if you get it close up, you can see that Philadelphia cream cheese filling and the cinnamon pears that are just kind of peeking out, almost like they're going to ooze out a little bit, letting you know they're in there. It's just this awesome goodness waiting to happen. And I took a little bit of the extra cream cheese mixture, and I put it in a little dish with a little cinnamon on top. So if you want to really indulge, you can dip your cinnamon twist in it. So I hope that you ladies enjoy this recipe. I've enjoyed sharing it with you. You know, I shared a little bit of one of my personal passions and interests in cooking and having a little cafe, and I hope that whatever your personal goals are come true. So here's to you. Thanks, Kraft. Thanks, Paula. You know I love you, girl, and I hope to see you in Savannah. Ooh.